So I am the leader. A lot of you narcissists think that that's a lot of fun. Hi, Jesus, I'll try to explain. What I mean is okay, so if you have any Aries in your chart, if you know advanced astrology, you do have Aries in your chart somewhere. But what I mean is, say if you have sun, moon, or rising sign, mainly your rising sign, because your rising sign is your physical aperture. That's the time of day that you were born, not the day of the month, the time of the day. So you have an ascendant, which is your holographic signature, and that's the time of day you were born is your rising sign. What was rising the time that you were born? What was on the horizon? The zodiac sign that was on the horizon, the time that you were born. The time of day. See, that's when your physical body, that's your rising sign, which is always, that's Aries. It's Aries. It rules Aries. Notice how I went like this? That's what you're doing head first out of the vag. And it's a daring thing you've done, by the way, accepting the full-on trip and taking your head first diving from here on out, babes, by the way. That's the I am all, and excuse me, let Taurus get into the quality of things here. I am going to stay burning like a mofo. This is like the science of science, or the science behind all science, like kind of like, okay, what is the human evolution? What is the evolution of human consciousness all about? I mean, what is really going on here, boy? Losing astrology out of our mainstream, so-called mainstream education was the worst thing to ever happen, amongst a lot of other things. They took farming away, music away, medicine away, what else? Real entertainment away. Can you make a longer list, kids? I'm sure you can, and it's up to you. Ditch them parrots. This video is to point at the upcoming eclipse season. It's like, technically it's like harvest moon. That's when like we're kind of in the harvest season, and then there's harvest moon, which is the full moon. It's kind of strange. It's right at the end of this month, September, and so I don't know if you've noticed, but like I've noticed like a kind of a double round. We had some hurricane activity, and then there was a little bit like the weeds grew more, and then I see a little there's little quails that have little tiny babies this big, and it's like, now this is even younger one than the last ones I saw. It's like a new round of life that's happening in one cycle. There's two cycles happening, it seems like, because in August, coming late full moon, that's when I think the real harvest of things are. Kind of coincides with the way that they manipulate the weather, and they get things to kind of do that. It's like, did you notice that that tree had two waves of ripenings? And maybe that's normal, though, and I'm not complaining either. It's good to have that staggered out. But anyway, getting back to the the full moon season. It's kind of peculiar because I don't know how it works, but I guess we tend to have a lunar eclipse, which pardon me, I've been meditating on the lunar eclipse, babes. It's only at 6 degrees, right on my 6 degrees Aries rising. Okay, so I kind of piping up. So gonna talk about the vibration that I'm picking up on with the eclipse of the moon, which is in Aries, babes. When the eclipse happens, a lot of times in ancient, it's not a good thing, by the way. The moon, we want to blow that thing up. That thing For ancient says don't even look at it, just close the curtains, especially on an eclipse. Well, if you dare to, I mean, it's looking at wars are coming and other things. But if you ask me, because I know the nature of the sign that it's in, Mars ruled, and then we have, well, we can look at where Mars is. I hope the thing doesn't cut off on me. I need to fix my space on the computer. But Mars will be in Libra. As far as I can see here, it's cruising pretty fast, and here we are at the end of the month, and Mars is already moving at mid-degree Libra. Here we are at the 21st of the month, or 20th, and we just have a couple days, by the way. I heard the end of the world is happening by the 23rd, and it's like, thank God. Whew. Looks messy enough out there. It kind of looks like it needs to be dumped into a toilet and flushed. Anyway, getting back to the hope of life and the truth of humanity, like, are we really going to pull out of this? Well, men and women, the Aries rules Mars, is Mars ruled, which is the I am, the man busting through. Really, it's just it's a scientific thing, and then the next is Venus ruled, which is Libra. So that's the axis we're on right now. We have the equinox Libra. The sun will be Venus ruled, and talk about Venus, babes. It's squaring a Venus ruled situation. There's a lot to do with the feminine right now, and I'm I'm all for Black Moon Lilith, who that's what Venus is going to be coupling up with and going into Virgo with and doing a little house cleaning. It's like, boy, that's going to be messy because it is a mess. And let's open the windows here. Take that off the shelf. Did you even need that? What was that? The truth? Oh my God. Of course you need this. What are these people doing? And that's going to be disturbing. Like, oh, that's a lot of work. No, it's not. Get your hands on it. Roll your sleeves up. Man, humanity has a lot to work to do, and a lot of work to do. But it's looking like it's going to go through a ringer. Really, it's not humanity. Let me inform you. Humanity has this problem of following a fake leader, I would say. And basically, with that, they have parasites because whatever they do, it's not good for them. So we are looking at like the parasite is just eating away at its host, and that'll be done soon. Kids, give it 7 more years or something like that. I think there was an agent released onto that population that says, and it's to spark up the very last of this agitation, which is this materialistic, like this run for the money bullshit, and it's really profuse. Have you noticed? And I don't mind trying to make something like that work, but it certainly hasn't been working. If you notice, it's not working for itself. What we're saying is like, wow, all of that human energy going to what? Mowing lawns, growing lawns. It's the contrast is saying, well, why isn't it a garden? And why can't we grow gardens? And why can't we figure out how to live here? Simply, something is always there going, do this and do that. And it's like, come on, babes. This is going to all start jostling around. It keeps jostling. I mean, God. And it's got, but I'm here to tell you, babes. It's like, you know what? You need to take the reins in your neighborhood. You will see that there's people that are so lost and fearfully running and living, and actually living dangerously the way the neighbors are pouring fucking shit around. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. There should be a global, and there really should be. And it shouldn't be that somebody does that for us. It's based on common sense and truth. What makes life flourish here and what doesn't? Boy, is that going to be a mess to try and get rid of that. Hi, Black Moon Lilith. Do we do that? Ask Virgo. We just did. And now we're trying to talk about it. See, we have Virgo, Mercury, that is now moving forward, and we're still working on this month um, of the new moon. The new moon, and in between the 30 days of that, there's an eclipse. So, and it says that, as far as this eclipse coming up on the full moon that involves 6 Aries, it's looking like that when the sun moves in front of it, the moon's light, the light of the Aries Mars dims out. And so Mars is in Libra in a Venetian sign. This is turning so strange. It's looking very deceptive, and um, because of Venus, when you start messing with Venus, this is the problem. We have to straighten out this Venus thing, because if you don't pull up your own intelligence, which is the Venus side of us, which is the side that vigilant. What's the other one? There's a really beautiful word that comes with the V. There's like that's what we're talking about right there. Um, the side that's beautiful, that is the truth, that you, when you go all the way through the truth, there's where nothing but beauty keeps emerging, because and that's just the nature of the gardens that come out of looking at it. And that now I'm saying now that involves both sides. Now that's what's going to keep going with these moon's nodes, being in Aries and Libra, Mars, Venus, and there's a big thing happening with Venus and Leo. To me, now we're getting towards the end. It's like, will you take that piece of shit off the stage? That thing isn't even connected to anything good. And it's wasting money. Look at it. And now what? Shitty love life. Just all of a sudden, unpredictably, people are just going to break up and fuck their children and their whatever plan they thought they had. Because what? That happens commonly. And that's, to me, that's where I can just see this overblown sense of love, um, the spotlight ego, a sensation that is taking it over, which isn't really doing the work, the discipline that it takes to avoid things happening that are so embarrassing, like what? All of it that's happening to humanity, like I said, when God shows up, it's kind of like, oh no, we got a lot of mess to clean here, because of all of the tra-la-la about a big to-do about spam. Have a good day. It's really just not connected. Not connected, not real beauty. Where's the woman? Where is she? Really? Really? Can you tell me what a clitoris is? Comment section down below. Clitoris. Can you even say it? God.